Yes, hello and welcome. It is time for another exciting installment of Super Spirit Live. I am your host and commentator, Shirt Donovan, and folks, as always, we are very pleased to be bringing you an exciting night of wrestling content. First up, tonight it will be a matchup in the women's division between Yoko Tanigawa and Piper VALENTINE. These two women have definitely made a name for themselves in the division since their debut in Super Spirit Wrestling. Yoko Tanigawa and Piper VALENTINE, permanent fixtures almost in the top 5 of the women's division, and they will clash tonight to see who has true supremacy in the women's division. Let's go there now.
Making her way to the ring, Yoko Tanigawa.
Such an impressive performer is Yoko Tanigawa, earning some big victories along the way here in the women's division, but never quite taking a hold in the title conversation. Piper VALENTINE has challenged before for the title, but was unsuccessful against Chie Hamasaki.
And her opponent, Piper VALENTINE.
One of the more well-rounded athletes here in Super Spirit Wrestling, although the same could be said for Yoko Tanigawa. This could be a very interesting matchup, full of a lot of adaptations and different approaches as it takes shape. Official Burt Wiggins getting us started here tonight at Super Spirit Live. Yoko Tanigawa with the Irish whip early sends Piper VALENTINE for a ride. Both competitors trying to secure the early advantage here. Piper VALENTINE with a submission approach on the mat here. Yoko Tanigawa quickly creating separation. And a big slam there from Tanigawa, taking Piper VALENTINE over. The arm in jeopardy for the moment. The official signaling for the break. Yoko Tanigawa will try the Irish whip, and it looked to be a lariat, but Piper VALENTINE instead running right over Yoko Tanigawa. Test of strength here between these two competitors, seemingly in favor of VALENTINE. Tanigawa trying to rally after that stiff elbow drop, but look at VALENTINE out of the corner, side headlock control, and now look at this, trying for a pin here. Tanigawa quickly slipping out of that pinning predicament. Northern Light suplex results in a rope break. And now both competitors trading stiff elbows near the corner here. My God. And it is Piper VALENTINE finally sending Tanigawa to the mat. A lot of damage sustained on both sides there, and the soul butt kick lands as well. Side headlock takedown after the elbow. Dominant sequence here for VALENTINE. Tanigawa, though, catching a kick, following through with the dragon screw takedown. Folks, we are inching closer and closer towards Spirit Odyssey, our big year-end event that is set to take place later this month. Just a few shows left for the year, folks, as Yoko Tanigawa tried for a pin there. Piper VALENTINE able to slip away. Every title on the line at Spirit Odyssey, folks, as well as 2 new titles in the 6-man and 6-woman tag divisions. And now the jackknife here for Tanigawa, looking for a pin. not able to keep her opponent down. Tanigawa with the sit-out chin crusher. And now, Tanigawa looking for a pin, finally. Going as far as a 1 count. Irish whip from Valentine. The double chop connects. Valentine avoiding some offense there, taking Tanigawa back down to the mat. And a big uppercut there from Valentine as Tanigawa tries to mount a bit of a comeback here. It has mostly been offense from Valentine throughout this contest. Lama straw cradle, center of the ring for Tanigawa. And Valentine gets the shoulder up. Wakagatame now near the ropes, keeping herself between Valentine and any promise of a rope break. Snap suplex now from Tanigawa. An Irish whip from Valentine leads to a kick. And now just an iron claw across the face of Tanigawa. A rough approach from Valentine as we get further into this opening contest. Irish whip from Tanigawa, drop kick across the chest. Sit out facebuster, and a sign of frustration perhaps here from Valentine as she floats over the Northern Lights into the cross arm breaker. Tremendous knees there from Tanigawa, but look at this. She's got her up in position. Cupid cutter. And the shooting star press. 2. It's over. Piper Valentine with the Cupid cutter, following through with the shooting star press. Business as usual here tonight for Piper Valentine, picking up another win as we close out the year here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Impressive athleticism between both competitors there, but it is Piper Valentine coming away with the victory here tonight. Folks, we now turn our eyes to a matchup in the junior division. It will be Griffin Jimmy Davis taking on Have Mercy Percy Chapman. Both of these athletes with big personalities, and I'm sure they will clash in a very unique way here tonight at Super Spirit Live. We'll be taking you shortly to the ring for that contest. Thank you so much, folks, for being here with us tonight.
Making his way to the ring, he is the intergalactic Griffin Jimmy Davis.
Griffin Jimmy Davis fired up as ever here tonight for junior division action. Certainly an athlete that has struggled relatively since his debut all the way back in November. The same could be said of Percy Chapman. A win would do favors for both competitors here.
And his opponent, Have Mercy Percy Chapman.
Percy Chapman, close friend of former Spirit Band champion Benjamin Rose. And you would wonder if some of that influence, some of that talent and opportunity would bleed off onto Percy Chapman, which has unfortunately not been the case for the young superstar. But he will try his luck here tonight against Griffin Jimmy Davis. Both men testing the strength of the other. Look at the counter offense here from Chapman, looking for an early pin. Griffin Jimmy Davis easily rolling away. And a slam now to the outside. Griffin Jimmy Davis will give chase. Percy Chapman not allowing continual offense there from GJD. And a slam this time from Chapman sends GJD to the outside. Chapman will not elect to give chase as both competitors return to the ring. Chapman picking his moments here, making things difficult early on for GJD in control of the arm, but look at this. The agility and technical know-how of GJD paying off in that instance. And this is not the route you want to take. Percy Chapman, known as perhaps the heaviest-handed person in Super Spirit Wrestling, but GJD for now with the elbows is able to send Chapman down to the mat. Irish whip from GJD. Big spine buster, planting Chapman into the mat, but Chapman showing some toughness here. And look at that, tremendous punch lands across the face of GJD. He will want to avoid those situations. Suplex across the apron, quite a reversal there for Chapman as GJD rolls back in for more punishment perhaps. Big knife edge chop lands. And GJD floating all the way over with that arm drag takedown for some extra force. A lot of impact and enthusiasm behind the offense of GJD. Another tremendous punch there from Chapman, winding up big for that one. Reversal though now from Griffin Jimmy Davis, able to withstand some of these strikes so far. And he lifts him up here. Another reversal from Griffin Jimmy Davis. Things starting to look a little troublesome for Percy Chapman, but another big blow connects. Well scouted by Chapman, looking for some offense. Both men trading brain busters so far in this junior division contest. Big kick lands for GJD. And he will return to the leg. Isolating the lower body of Percy Chapman. And again, GJD sent across the apron. Percy Chapman continuing the action on the outside. My God, what an arm drag takedown. And GJD continuing his dominance on the outside. Constricting the leg. We're up to a count of 10 now. Tremendous powerbomb from GJD. And this is turning into an all-out brawl here as Chapman fires in another big punch to the face of Griffin Jimmy Davis. That big right hand. Inside cradle now from Chapman. And it is a 2 count. Griffin Jimmy Davis has him up. A pinning predicament now. And a close call there for Chapman. No shielding under that headband, folks. The headbutts of Griffin Jimmy Davis fully landing here. Traps the arm, big kick connects. Griffin Jimmy Davis starting to roll later in this contest. And another big punch, this time the left. Collides across the face of GJD. Able to withstand, he'll go to the ropes now. Griffin Jimmy Davis really putting on a show here tonight. Percy Chapman still hanging in this one, and now both competitors again trading strikes. And GJD with a tremendous lariat, but Chapman with the discus clothesline. Shades of his good friend Benjamin Rose there. Griffin Jimmy Davis looking to regain control after that big discus clothesline. Irish whip for GJD, and he is run over by Percy Chapman. Tremendous power slam. Could it be enough for Chapman? Not quite. GJD slipping out from under Chapman. Not able to cover here. Desperation kick slowing down the momentum of Chapman. But look at this. Slice spread connects for Chapman. And he'll look to put it away right here. No, a near fall. Trying it again.
1, 2.
No, still not enough. GJD withstanding, and he traps the arm for another kick. Look at this. Fall to earth. 2. No. Stiff forearm from GJD, but Chapman waking up in the corner now. Tree of Woe position. My God. Griffin, Jimmy Davis trying to fight back. But the damage has been done. Chapman perhaps sensing the end. An Irish whip. Pop up, sit out, power bomb. He got him. Chapman could smell the end. And the Irish whip leads to a mighty pop-up sit-out powerbomb. Big win here tonight for Percy Chapman over the intergalactic Griffin Jimmy Davis. Some entertaining stuff as always, folks. They're out of the junior division. Such dynamic and fast-paced matchups we are used to seeing from those competitors, and they deliver just about every time. Folks, we are now going to take you to a matchup in the women's division, and this one, folks, is a very interesting matchup because we have, I'm just going to say it, we have our least successful competitor in the women's division, that being Randy Crawford, taking on a former champion in Beverly Brooks. Now, Beverly Brooks has stumbled since losing the belt, but she is still Beverly Brooks. This will still be a mighty challenge for Crawford, who I'm being told requested this match.
Making her way to the ring, Randy Crawford.
And the crowd is excited to see Randy Crawford as ever, but folks, let's be clear. Randy Crawford has only picked up 2 wins in a full year of Super Spirit Wrestling action. Definitely not a record reflective of her legendary career. She will need to do much better in 2021 if she looks to linger amongst this impressive roster.
And her opponent, Beverly Brooks.
And almost just as much adoration pouring out for Beverly Brooks here, a fan favorite to be sure, and a former champion. Quite the rivalry she had with Ryoko Matsui during the early goings of Super Spirit Wrestling. Randy Crawford has said in interviews that she knows she needs to refocus. She knows that she is nearing the end of her career in professional wrestling and that she wants to go out on a high note. We see it with musicians, folks. We see it with actors. We see them maybe decide to step away, and then they come back for that one extra project that ultimately is a disappointment. Randy Crawford could be facing a similar dilemma here. 2020, perhaps the least successful year of her, at least with her rise to prominence. Of course, everyone starts out in the wrestling business on a small scale, and those are rough years to be considered. But since Randy Crawford has won championships, has rose to prominence, does have that legendary status, it has not translated to Super Spirit Wrestling. This is not the kind of year that a legend like Crawford wants to go out on. But Beverly Brooks will be a mighty test this evening as she throws Crawford over. And a win tonight over Beverly Brooks would mean a lot for Crawford, as she is now in the corner. Snap suplex out of the corner, though, now for Crawford. Beverly Brooks, an absolute powerhouse, was able to dethrone the first ever Destiny Band champion, Ryoko Matsui, all the way back in December, last December. And those two women exchanged the belt on multiple occasions. A heated rivalry that ultimately saw Ryoko Matsui taking the belt. Beverly Brooks, of course, entering that final match with rib injuries that certainly played a factor. Those rib injuries still a lingering factor. But as you see, the midsection of Beverly Brooks no longer taped, as we grew accustomed to seeing at one point in Super Spirit Wrestling. And now Crawford trying to keep Brooks in the corner here with these tremendous elbow strikes. And now repositioning for a big knee across the face. Crawford will look to execute the Crawford kick, a top rope maneuver that is pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be a kick to the face, folks. Pinning predicament here, 2 count for Brooks. Beverly Brooks similarly will go for a top rope maneuver known as the Beverly Bomb, and you will know when it has detonated. Modified figure 4 here for Crawford near the center of the ring. Good positioning from the veteran. Look at this, lifting up Brooks. Jumping pile driver from Crawford. Can she close out here? What a win this would be. Just a 1 count following a jumping pile driver. Something to think about for Randy Crawford as she continues to climb the mountain that is Beverly Brooks. Headbutt, connects, big power slam for Brooks. Hooks the leg and it's deep. 2 count for Brooks. Irish whip now to the corner. Tremendous hip attack there. Beverly Brooks now in the avalanche position. This could be dangerous. Randy Crawford able to avoid what could have been a Beverly bomb there. Scary situation for Crawford, who has now been back in control, it appears, with the snap suplex. The knee buried into the back of Beverly Brooks, rear chin lock being applied. Crawford so far not looking too bad here. But Brooks is the type of athlete that is so explosive it could change at a moment's notice. Look at this, though. Look at this. No, instead it's Brooks. The power of Beverly Brooks. Counter power slam from the top rope. And Brooks now with a pile driver of her own. Randy Crawford looking resilient, though. Look at this. Firing up off the mat. Corner control. Hip attack of her own. Incredible similarities we're seeing between these two athletes. It's not something that I was necessarily aware of before this contest, but seeing it now, look at Beverly. Look at Beverly Brooks. This is dangerous territory. Look at this. Look at this. It's the Beverly Bomb. Can she capitalize? No, Crawford first to her feet. Amazing. Brooks too winded. Perhaps she came down on a knee or maybe the midsection injuries, I'm not sure. But Brooks not able to capitalize on the Beverly Bomb. And Crawford is now rolling. Backstabber from Crawford. Look at this offensive sequence. 2. Oh my God. Power slam from Brooks. And that's it. Beverly Brooks shaking off the late offensive flurry of Randy Crawford, and the Beverly Bomb coupled with those power slams able to keep Crawford down for the cover. 1, 2, 3 here tonight for Beverly Brooks. My God, Randy Crawford Looked like she was about to escape big time there, as Beverly Brooks was not able to follow through after the Beverly bomb, not able to hook the leg for the cover. Crawford was the first to the mat, and then just an outstanding comeback was being mounted until the power of Beverly Brooks shut it down. Big time stuff there, folks. Randy Crawford still continuing her losing ways as we look to close out the year heading towards Spirit Odyssey. Beverly Brooks looking as good as ever here tonight, but Randy Crawford has some serious planning to do in 2021 if she looks to remain relevant. Folks, we are now going to take you to a matchup in the 6-man tag division. It is going to be Lionhearts taking on Good Buddies. Folks, if you know those two teams, you know that this is going to be a very entertaining matchup. Both of these teams are capable of just an insane array of offense, and we will see fast-paced action to be sure in this one. Let's go to the ring now.
Making their way to the ring, the team of Daisuke Sakaguchi, Richie Prince, and Mateo Espina, Lionhearts.
And folks, whoever wins this contest, I can confirm now, will go on to face Dark Circle at Spirit Odyssey.
And their opponents, the team of Great Heart, Jeffrey Hudson, and Reynaldo Mendez, Good Buddies.
The Trinity Bands, for the first time, will be on the line at Spirit Odyssey. But who will meet Dark Circle there, folks? Who will be the ones?
Fight.
A stare down there to start things off between Sakaguchi and Great Heart. The 6-man tag division, incredibly dynamic. As Sakaguchi targets the arm of Great Heart. Look at this, all 3 members of Good Buddies getting involved here. And a kick to the top of the head there from Great Heart, creating some separation between himself and Daisuke. Daisuke, we know, is an extremely focused individual, a lot of fighting spirit in the heart of the young competitor. Look at this, figure 4 leg lock.
Give up.
A move we are more accustomed to seeing from Jeffrey Hudson. Daisuke Sakaguchi looking to make a tag, and he does. Mateo Espina now in. Daisuke still getting in some shots before returning to the apron. And Great Heart will make a tag as well. Reynaldo Mendez now in. I'm being told that Mendez has a new move in his arsenal that he is calling the Revolver. It is a ripcord cutter, and it'll be interesting if we see it tonight here. Look at this! Tag team offense from After Image. Mendez sustaining quite the maneuver there, and he makes a much-needed tag to Jeffrey Hudson. Richie Prince trying to create separation, still running into the arms of Reynaldo Mendez. Tremendous kick sends Richie Prince down to the mat. And Jeffrey Hudson almost luring Richie Prince into the Good Buddies corner. Look at these headbutts from Hudson, and it appears that Hudson has a self-sustained injury from those headbutts. Look at this now. Again, the striking prowess and the speed of Lionhearts. Again, one of these two teams will go on to face Dark Circle. The team that emerges victorious at Spirit Odyssey will be the first holders of the Trinity Bands. Octopus hold here again for Sakaguchi, a bleeding Jeffrey Hudson. Trying to find a way through the darkness here as he is sustaining all this offense. Sakaguchi! Hudson's got to make a tag, and he does. Mendez now in the ring will try his luck against a fiery Daisuke Sakaguchi. Elbow connects for Mendez, and Sakaguchi repaying with an arm breaker. Backslide here from Sakaguchi and a rope break signaled by Larry Graham. Overhead suplex, my God. And Sakaguchi just does a kip up on the outside. An incredible effort we're seeing. Both of these teams know what it means to be on the card at Spirit Odyssey, the biggest event of the year. Look at this now. One count earned from Mendez. For Sakaguchi to just absorb a suplex like that and to just continue the fight so quickly speaks to the efforts and desires of the athletes here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Look at that basement drop kick from Mateo Espina, following through with a big knee, and he'll look for a pin here. Both members of Good Buddies confident in Mendez to kick out of that one, and he did. Mendez rolling through, makes a tag to team captain Greatheart. Interesting exchange there. Kick lands for Espina.
5 minutes gone.
Give up.
Irish whip reversal from Greatheart, slips underneath Espina, and the big shote. And look at this, Greatheart will go to the enemy corner, and it does not pay off.
Give up.
Ooh, reversal here from Espina, not wanting to collect the tombstone and instead finding one of his own. Elbow across the face of Greatheart. No padding under that mask. Arm drag takedown from Espina, who has really taken it to Greatheart thus far. Traps him for that face buster there. Almost no offense here from Greatheart, and you can tell the Lionhearts are feeling it. Hudson happy to wait on the reverse chicken wing to continue damage to Mateo Espina. The water wheel drop. Reverse water wheel drop from Jeffrey Hudson. High impact maneuver. Hudson not caring about the open wound. Still going to these headbutts. And now the figure 4 leg lock. No one cinches it in quite like Hudson. And this is something Richie Prince is all too aware of. Here we go now. Tag team offense here again from After Image. The kick connects to an already wounded Jeffrey Hudson. And Espina now with the Irish whip. Look at this. All 3 members of Lionhearts in. Jeffrey Hudson could be in huge trouble. Look at this. Top rope. Double Spanish fly. And a tag made to Sakaguchi. Oh, look at Hudson. Hudson on the run. A lapse in judgment perhaps for Lionhearts, as they could have gone for a cover. They elected to tag. And now Mendez. Mendez to the top rope. Knees across the body of Sakaguchi. Kick across the spine. There, Sakaguchi. Irish whip is reversed, and look at Mendez taking out the leg. The Yellow Jacket still in the pocket, even though we are hearing word about the revolver. Mendez fighting off both aggressors in that case, and now 3 aggressors. Sakaguchi finding the cross arm breaker. Daisuke wants a tag. Richie Prince back in for Lionhearts. Overhead belly-to-belly release. The power of Mendez. His repertoire probably deeper than any other singular member of Good Buddies. There it is! The revolver! The ripcord cutter! Richie Prince might be out! 2! At the last moment, Daisuke Sakaguchi is able to get there. And look at that! Wow! Wow! Mendez still capitalizing! Lionhearts probably thought everything was good, but Richie Prince was almost out cold from the revolver. A huge statement in favor of Reynaldo Mendez's new maneuver. The revolver, folks, definitely something to take seriously, as Richie Prince was in La La Land, the shoulders down for Reynaldo Mendez after a huge delay from the other team members of Lionhearts. And folks, now we can confirm after the results of that match that it will indeed be the Good Buddies taking on Dark Circle at Spirit Odyssey for the Trinity Bands. First time ever, folks, we are putting belts in those 6-person tag divisions. The Unity Bands, I'm understanding, will also be on the line in the 6-woman tag division, although it has not yet been confirmed which teams will compete for those titles. Folks, now we are moving on to a matchup in the heavyweight division. It will be BMD taking on Big Man Benjamin Rose. Folks, over the last couple months, BMD has been on an absolute tear with extremely few stumbles, has won so many of his recent matches here. Tonight, he gets to face against the first ever heavyweight champion in Super Spirit Wrestling, and it would indeed be his biggest win yet if he can come away victorious.
Making his way to the ring, the Punished BMD.
BMD with a focused look in his eyes. He knows what this matchup means. He knows that it could launch him forward in the heavyweight division, but he's got to close it out.
And his opponent, Big Man Benjamin Rose.
The crowd howling in support of Big Man Benjamin Rose, the first ever Spirit Band champion, who many say has had a bit of a fall from grace as of late. Not looking as sharp as we are used to seeing him. He has collected some surprising losses in recent history. Tonight will be no different if BMD is able to secure a victory. Running Bulldog counter is a good start. BMD now should be more than comfortable in the underdog position. It is a word we have said often in conversations regarding BMD when he is across the ring from someone who is estimated to be just perhaps a little more talented or a little bit more effective at closing out in big-time matchups. But BMD going with what he knows, taking these strikes to Benjamin Rose. It will be a big tree for BMD to chop down, but he is working at it so far. He will need to avoid the Rose Crusher. He will need to avoid the Dog Splash. He will need to avoid the Lariats. A lot weighing on the mind of BMD, no doubt, as he approaches the strategy for this matchup. He's able to avoid there. It will need to be the quickness. Tried for an early pin there, and instead, Benjamin Rose rolling through, secures the fallaway slam. BMD again, rolling out of harm's way. And look at Benjamin Rose.
Give up.
That's like a traffic light slamming across your chest. Those big chops from Benjamin Rose, now on the receiving end of the chicken wing. And look at this torture rack now for big man Benjamin Rose. BMD again, giving him the slip. And now he is trying to go toe-to-toe with the Giant. The biggest man in all of Super Spirit Wrestling is sent to the mat by the elbow of BMD. BMD, we know, a gifted striker, climbs up on the shoulders of Benjamin Rose and rolls through for the cross arm breaker. The strike's now setting in. The game plan of BMD taking shape, and the crowd here buzzing with energy as they sense that it could indeed be time for BMD to ascend to new heights in the heavyweight division. Recently converting his win-loss records to a positive one after months of struggling to find his footing in Super Spirit Wrestling. I believe BMD currently sits at 11-10. That 12th victory could be so sweet here tonight over Benjamin Rose. My God. BMD trying to stay in this one, shaking off the cobwebs after those tremendous counter elbows. Standing switch from Benjamin Rose. High angle backdrop. Look at BMD right back in the action, but Rose ready with the side slam.
Give up.
Counter bulldog again here from BMD. Looking sharp, but much more work will be required. My God, backbreaker slam combination from the big man as he now goes to the ropes. BMD able to avoid the lariat, as we said. It's part of, big part of Benjamin Rose's game plan. And if BMD sustains too many of those powerful lariats, this one could be over. Benjamin Rose looking for a pin here. BMD firing up off the mat. Inside cradle now for BMD, but a rope break signaled by the official. Standing switch, running bulldog counter. BMD starting to find a rhythm here. He is sustaining some offense here and there from Benjamin Rose. A salute to the crowd at home as BMD locks in the modified figure four. The body blows finding their mark and crumpling Benjamin Rose, who tries out of desperation to slow the momentum of BMD. Benjamin Rose clawing his way toward the Rose Crusher. It could be the end of BMD's efforts here tonight. BMD running Benjamin Rose over off that Irish whip. And now again, the Irish whip, this time from BMD. Drops down to the Wakagatame. Great ring positioning, no rope break in sight. The arm in jeopardy. Benjamin Rose creates separation. Look at this now, though. BMD. Very enthusiastic in his approach here. It is the kind of energy it will take. Busting down the defenses of Benjamin Rose. Trying to follow through. Rose with another big boot on his back. Connecting on the crown of the head of BMD. Big lariat. The discus clothesline. 2. It's over. It's my God. My God. The discus clothesline of Benjamin Rose. Just colliding. Who knows? BMD could be seriously hurt. We know what kind of toughness BMD represents, but indeed that rolling lariat, he avoided the lariat so many times throughout that contest. Finally, the rolling lariat appeared to almost just cave the chest in of BMD, and Benjamin Rose shocking the room here tonight, taking the wind out of BMD not only in a physical way, but also in a momentum way, as BMD was really looking to just sort of rise to a new level of prominence in the heavyweight division. Benjamin Rose, perhaps no longer a champion, but maybe emerging as a gatekeeper. A loss there for BMD, a heartbreaker, a lot of dismayed faces here in the crowd, but Benjamin Rose, the might of Benjamin Rose, cannot be denied. Folks, we now turn our eyes to the main event of the evening. It will be Vuelo de Miedo representing Nocturnas taking on Troubletown representing State of Trouble. These two teams have a lot of very, very bad history, folks. A lot of animosity between these two teams. La Águila and La Gárgola doing battle tonight. with Nora Nunez and Priscilla Frost. And indeed, these two teams have certainly more than enough friends, let's put it that way, as Nocturnas and State of Trouble both look to spread their influence throughout Super Spirit Wrestling.
Making their way to the ring, accompanied by Crimson Bat and Mantis, the team of La Águila y La Gárgola, Vuelo de Miedo!
The tag team representatives of Nocturnas looking to pick up a much-desired win over Troubletown.
And their opponents, accompanied by Kirakita, the team of Priscilla Frost and Nora Nunez, Troubletown.
The first ever women's tag champions in Super Spirit Wrestling may no longer hold that distinction, but they are still a force to be reckoned with. La Águila and Priscilla Frost getting things started here in our main event. And Kirakita fired up on the outside for this one, lending her energy to her companions in State of Trouble, Priscilla Frost and Nora Nunez. Frost and La Águila trading with a rake of the eyes there. Frost in no man's land across the apron, sent to the outside. And this one is turning violent early. Priscilla Frost now turning her attention to La Gárgola. Nora Nunez now in for Troubletown. La Gárgola firmly handling here. And as I say that, commentators curse Nora Nunez with some huge strikes, waking up for that moment to find a pocket of offense. And now, big shots landing for Nunez, the former MMA competitor, as is the case with a few of our athletes here in Super Spirit Wrestling, has made the transition well into professional wrestling. Still retaining a lot of that MMA style, but adapting to what is ahead of her in the wrestling ring. Beautiful underhook suplex there from La Gárgola. When when Troubletown were the champions, it was Vuelo de Miedo challenging on many different occasions, trying to dethrone Troubletown, who went so long as an undefeated team here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Belly-to-belly release. The overhead release from Nora Nunez creates an opportunity for the tag. Vuelo de Miedo has never held gold here in Super Spirit Wrestling. They have been so close on so many occasions. And you have to wonder now, with the refocused efforts, the establishment of Nocturnas, if Vuelo de Miedo will be able to rise to a level of prominence. Big strikes on both sides here. Dragon screw takedown from La Águila. And now just a blatant chokehold here in front of Larry Graham, who calls for the break. La Águila trying to fight her way out of the corner. Snap suplex. Nora Nunez He's trying to set things up there for Frost, but Frost off target. And now, look at this, just biting the face. Oh my God! Priscilla Frost has just been completely opened up here. Look at the blood pouring from Priscilla Frost. Again off target, the blood perhaps in her eyes. My God.
1, 2.
Look at the blood of Priscilla Frost as it pools on the mat. My God! What an elbow! What an elbow! Nora Nunez knows that Frost is in trouble. Look at La Aguila. The elbow again! But Nunez still there. So much blood of Priscilla Frost, who is clearly almost incapable of continuing here. I'm inclined for Larry Graham to check. Tag made. Brilliant maneuver there from Frost, who's able to come alive for the moment. Returning to the apron. Priscilla Frost is all but a non-factor in this matchup now as far as I'm concerned. Look at the pool of blood in the corner. And it's over! It's over! What just happened? What just happened? Something about the torque that La Aguila had on that Boston Crab means that it is over. This main event is over. And oh my God! The much sought after victory in 5 minutes flat. La Aguila with the Boston Crab submitting Nora Nunez. Folks, that is a shocking development there. Congratulations to Vuelo de Miedo, an astounding victory. And in particular, La Aguila looking much more fearsome than we were used to seeing. Picking up a victory here tonight. Priscilla Frost just extremely damaged at the hands of La Aguila. And then Nora Nunez, who is really the final remaining hope of that team, succumbing to the Boston Crab. My goodness, folks. Vuelo de Miedo and perhaps Nocturnas as a whole looking to really redefine themselves as we look to close out the year, getting closer and closer to Spirit Odyssey. What a night it has been, folks. Some shocking developments here this evening. But until next time, for everyone at Super Spirit Wrestling, I'm Shirt Donovan saying have a good night.